What is up, everybody? Man, let me just tell you something. I had to do this. Okay. I just, I had to. And for, all my Philly influencer.com peeps, I got to say, we need to reconnect, man. We need to reconnect because it's been a long time. And I hope you people are watching right now because finally getting this thing set up the right way, finally getting things going. And I just had to watch again. I can't believe I'm watching the Philadelphia Phillies get swept by the Baltimore Orioles, and I'm not taking anything away from the Baltimore Orioles. I completely get it. I understand they have a nice young team and they're building a foundation out there, right? Completely get it, but this is so disheartening for me. It really is, and I see everybody joining in now. Thank you. Join in, comment. Let's get a discussion going because, I came into this year so full of hope. I came into this year so full of joy and elation because there was no Gabe Kapler. And, we had Joe Girardi and, we were going to have a reclamation project on the offensive side, of the mound. And it's not happening, man. It's not happening. We can go down the list, right? We could go down the list. Give me 1 second so I can get this share going. We can go down a list of who is going to be there, who is not going to be there, right? We need to talk about JT Realmuto. We need to talk about I don't even do we even spend any time on the bullpen? Do we ever, is there a reason why we should ever be talking about the bullpen? Right? The bullpen should be something that just happens. The bullpen should be something that just clicks. The bullpen should be something that you can rely on. When you go to Aaron Nola and he has 86 pitches, and you know what? Nobody's blasted the manager for taking Aaron Nola out because what happens? The bullpen saves the day. Unfortunately, that's not happening right now, people. That's not happening. We got some major issues going on right now with this Philadelphia Phillies team, and nobody's looking farther than this year. And I think you really need to. Okay, this is a huge deal. This is a huge deal. This is a huge problem, right? It's a huge problem because listen, you're the best player in baseball. Their best catcher in baseball right now is on your team, and he probably doesn't want to come back. Exactly. Andrew, what's up, buddy? It's been way too long, Andrew. Way too long. I apologize, but you're absolutely right. Andrew writes, boom, right? I mean, listen, that's easy. Say goodbye to Realmuto, right? Say goodbye. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And listen, I don't even know how to sugarcoat it anymore. I really don't. I was so ecstatic about this team. I am so disappointed right now. I really am. I am so disappointed. Oh, I don't even want. I'm trying to type right now, and my fingers aren't even typing the right way because I'm so distraught at this entire 5-9. Are you kidding me? 5-9. This is what this team is. You watch Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto give their all, and you have that dreck of a bullpen. And what is Clintack doing? Where's Clintack at? Hey, Matt, where's Matt at? That's what I want to know. Where's Matt? Exactly. Listen, say Andrew, me and you on the same page right away. Clintack is a clown. You're right. All we have is Flyers hockey because guess what? Even with the Eagles, I'm not even ready for the Eagles right now. Okay, I'm not even ready for the Eagles. This, that's one thing we always can look forward to, right? Think about this year. Think about this year when we came in, and even though everything was what it was with COVID, right, with the pause and the restart, at least for the most part, we knew that we had something going on, right? When it came to the 76ers, right? Yo, Harry, what's up, buddy? Had great insights. Yo, Harry's a family guy. My family boy, my man, hockey man, Flyers man. I'll tell you, Harry's a happy guy right now, right? Exactly. Go Flyers. Look, Harry's a happy guy right now because guess what? If it wasn't for Flyers hockey, I don't know what we would have to look forward to, right? Excuse me. I really don't. And Andrew, again, Sixers are done also. This is killing me right now. It's killing me. It really is. And I'm a baseball guy. I love baseball. I love and it's such a hard product for me to watch right now. The cardboard cutouts, listen, people, just not doing it for me. The cardboard cutouts are not doing it for me. I've said this before. I can watch an NBA game. I can watch an NHL game. But the baseball product is so tough to watch. But the problem now is even when you want to put it on, right, you're watching a team that wasn't built correctly. This isn't on Joe Girardi. For all you people out there on Twitter, all you Twitter trolls that are blasting Joe Girardi after 14 games, get off. Just put your fan card in the mail and get out, man. You got to get out because you don't even deserve the comment because it's so ridiculous. Joe Girardi inherited this team. You know what Joe Girardi did? He made a phone call to Didi Gregorius and he got him here. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. He got what everything else was given to Joe Girardi. Right? He didn't build this bullpen, right? He didn't build the bullpen. He didn't. And the bullpen is what's killing this team right now. And you know what? Let's call it what you will. Where's Rhys Hoskins? Where are all my Rhys Hoskins people, right? When I went into this year and I specifically said, I don't see it. And I'm going to call out one of my counterparts too, Coach Dave. Big Mikey Smalls, okay, told me, listen, I'm nuts for saying that I don't see Rhys Hoskins being the guy anymore. Oh, listen, when you're that young and you have to go and recreate your swing at 20-something years old, you got problems, bro. You got major problems. That's an issue. And now the man's going up there just hoping to walk. That's what we got. This is what we got out of the guy who we were talking about just 3 years ago was going to carry this team for the cleanup position, right? He was going to carry this team for the cleanup position. And now we're talking about, oh, Rhys, can you just get on base, Rhys? Can you just get a walk? Look, Rhys shaved his mustache. Look at Rhys's hair, right? Give me a freaking break, man. We're trying to build a baseball team. Poor Andrew McCutchen's trying to play with half a leg. There is so much wrong with this team, and this does not fall on Joe Girardi. It doesn't. But Andrew, again, right? Mick Failure got to go also. I mean, how many times can we sit here and say, right, when you bring Andrew, I'm exactly going to go to this right here, okay? And people who follow me, people who listen to me, again, give me a listen, Heat Ratio Podcast, subscribe, ratings, reviews, people. I need them. Hook us up. We got a new team going. Big stuff. Fox Sports The Gambler. Big stuff. Different Philly sound. Check it out. But when you talk about the Philadelphia Phillies, right? This goes back. This is an issue that goes back to Ruben Amaro Jr. And I'll tell you why. I like Rube. I do. I think Rube did great things in this town. You say what you want. The man tried to win. He knew. Listen, maybe his moves didn't work out, but he did what he had to do to try to win. But what he didn't do right was he let one guy go. The name of Mike Arbuckle. He let Mike Arbuckle go to the Kansas City Royals. That's what did. Mike Arbuckle wanted more power. But what happened? They wouldn't give it to him. You know why? Because Mike Arbuckle was a threat. He was a threat to Rube. Okay, and that was Ruben's dream job. Ruben did not want that to happen, right? Absolutely. Larry Henry Jr., my man. Flyers guy from Fox Sports The Gambler. Thanks for checking in, buddy. Appreciate it. Absolutely. Loved Amaro. I like what Amaro did. I always did. But Mike Arbuckle was the reason why the Phillies had guys like Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, and Ryan Howard. And then here's the difference. Mike Arbuckle goes to Kansas City, and what did they do? They won a World Series. You know how they won a World Series? Because he built the farm system, right? That's what he did out there. Moustakas, Hosmer, Alex Gordon, right? Then Salvatore Perez. Okay, these names, they ring a bell? This was Mike Arbuckle. So what did we get? What did we get instead of Mike Arbuckle? We got a guy with the last name of Looper. And you know where Benny Looper came from? The Baltimore stinking Orioles. So in 2010, when we get Benny Looper, what did the Baltimore Orioles do when Benny Looper was in charge? Nothing. They stunk. They sucked. Right? They didn't produce anybody. But here he comes to our team. And what have we done since? Our farm system has absolutely sucked. since then. Absolutely sucked. It's killing me, man. It really is. If Barr was so great, the Yanks wouldn't have let him. Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, come on, man. It's so true. Larry Henry Jr., deadly team in KC back then. Larry, absolutely. Built by Mike Arbuckle. Okay. Again, Phillies, no scouts. No scouts. Scouting department is a train wreck right now. Absolute train wreck. Okay. We do name somebody that you're excited about, except for, listen, Stott, Bohm. We have some kind of hope, right? Bohm comes up tonight, looks pretty good. He's so tall, man. The guy is huge. He's a monster. If he can get himself into a regimen, which I'm really confident that he can, and he can get himself the skill level he needs at the major league, he's going to be pretty good, man. I do. I think he's going to be pretty good. But let's get back to JT Realmuto. JT Realmuto, best catcher in baseball. Best catcher in baseball, right? Andrew Jackson, we can't find one Dominican stud. Not one. Listen, I think the last Dominican guy we had was Mariano Duncan, right? And he wasn't even a stud. He was a decent player. But, Andrew's right. I mean, you got a guy, all these teams getting this international talent. We for some reason, we can't find it. But Juan Soto is tearing a cover off the ball. Right, Fernando Tatis Jr. tearing the cover off the ball. Right, we can't buy a hit, and these guys are hitting 7, 8, 9 home runs. So it is just so disheartening right now. And I feel for Bryce. I feel for Bryce Harper is because, say what you want, but Bryce Harper plays his ass off. Okay, Bryce plays his ass. There's 2 guys playing their ass off for me. Actually, 3 guys, I would say. JT, Bryce Harper, and I think Didi Gregorius is playing his ass off as well. I think those guys are playing hard, man. They really are. They're the heart of this team. And Bryce Harper signed, a 12, 13-year deal here. Why? Because he was given the okay from Matt Klentak and company that the Phillies were going to continue to be competitive. They traded for the best catcher in baseball. The best catcher in baseball. They gave up at the time their number 1 pitching prospect in Sixto Sanchez, right? You, as a general manager, as a team, you don't give up your top prospect in your farm system and think, you know what? Maybe I don't sign him. Maybe I do. We'll have him for a couple years. No. 27 years old, you lock this goddamn guy up. That's what you do. And if you weren't ready for what the market would dictate, well, then you're a terrible general manager because you're supposed to do the analysis before you make the trade. You're supposed to work that out in your head and think 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road and say, what is this guy going to cost me? Who's the best catcher in baseball right now? What are they getting paid? What is the market saying? And always add 20, 30%. That's what we do in professional sports. I know that. We all know that. That's how contracts are made. They dropped the ball on this one. And I'll tell you what. I'm telling you right now, as God is my witness, and I'm dead serious, if JT Realmuto is wearing blue pinstripes next year, and I don't mean navy blue, I mean royal blue for the New York Mets, I am done with the Philadelphia Phillies. I am done. If you're going to lose JT Realmuto to a rival in the National League East because you didn't want to pony up and pay the guy you coveted, the guy you traded your top prospect in your farm system for, then I don't want to be a part of it. I don't. Andrew's on a roll tonight, right? Andrew's on a roll tonight. Checking in. Look, if I am I'm sorry, Larry. Let me get to Andrew first. John Middleton didn't get a pass for letting this go on. What happened to stupid money? You're right. Where's John at? Where's Mr. and Mrs. Middleton now? I haven't seen them. They're nowhere to be found. Right? No comments. We don't hear nothing from John, nothing about what's going on, nothing. Where's that slime ball Klentak? Where's he at? Where's Matt Klentak at? I want to know. I haven't seen him either. I'm waiting for his great one-liners about, the business and the market and what. Oh, Stop, man. Oh, my Lord. And Larry Henry checks in. If I'm JT, I would want to stay here. How poor the team is playing. Bullpen is atrocious. Tail end of rotations, average of best. Team needs to show me something. Absolutely. Team needs to show me something if I am JT. Fourth best team in the NL East. I like the Nats. The Braves easily higher than them. And you know what, Larry? You know what? The reason why you like them is because they have depth, because they have a plan, because they have scouts. They have a farm system. They have the tools to be successful. It's ridiculous. More worry about cardboard cutouts. Oh, it's great. Chris Dolt, my man. Nice to see you, buddy. Nice to hear Girardi say he's basically playing with what he was given as far as yes. See, Chris knows. Chris gets it. That comment is exactly why I'm calling all you Twitter trolls out. Because Girardi, he's an old school guy. He's a baseball guy. He's not going to hold back. Okay, that comment, he's basically playing with what he was given as far as the bullpen goes. You know what that's saying? Looking at you, Matt. Hey, Matt, I'm looking at you. You hired me. I told you what I was all about. But listen, I wasn't the deck of cards that I was given. I can only deal a certain way, right? You didn't give me a different deck. You gave me the same deck. So listen, the guys in this bullpen, they already knew about it. And the funny thing is, they bring up this kid, you know, in Brogdon. And Connor Brogdon, listen, I swear to God, I feel like I'm looking at Ryan Madson all over again. I do. And I think this kid's going to be electric. He really came up with, in single A, double A, triple A. He was lights out. Okay, give the guy a break. I know he gave up 2 home runs tonight, but listen, go back to Ryan Madson, how he worked out. Ryan Madson was absolutely outstanding, especially when we talk about the World Series run. Andrew wants to know, what does McPhail do? Andy McPhail's been stealing money for years. For years. He's got that great title of consultant or like business manager. First of all, why the hell do I want Andy McPhail consulting me? Why the hell do I want Andy McPhail consulting anybody in my organization? Okay, seriously, go back to Andy McPhail days in Baltimore. What did he do? I'm still trying to figure out who are the guys that Andy McPhail is responsible for in the Baltimore Orioles organization. Manny Machado? Maybe that's it? I have no idea. Matt Waiters, the catcher? I mean, come on. What has he done? And we bring him here. Listen, you know why you brought him here? He's a yes guy. He's a yes guy. We have a bunch of yes guys. I'll tell you what. There is going to be some drama in this Phillies organization because Joe Girardi, you didn't hire a yes guy. You had the yes guy in Gabe Kapler, and he's in San Francisco right now. So you hire Joe Girardi, and he is by far a guy who's open, honest, and tells it like it is because he's an old school guy. He's a Yankee for life. He is. I know you don't like to hear that, but he is. He's a Yankee for life. And I'll tell you what, he's going to listen. He's not going to take any bull, man. He's just not going to take it. He's not going to pull any punches. He knows what's wrong. Let's see, Johnny Middleton doesn't want any waves in the pool. Sean, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to talk to you. Fire Clintek now. Can't sign a serviceable center fielder. Listen, that could be the tweet of the night, Sean. That could be because that's what this StreamYard show is all about right now. Fire Clintek now. He should have been fired 2 years ago when he couldn't sign Bryce Harper. Okay, he needed to bring in John Middleton. Had to come in to sign Bryce Harper. Can't find a serviceable. Listen, I still think they should have kept Corey Dickerson. Just my opinion. A lot of people want Adam Hazley. I still would have kept Corey Dickerson. I know you can't spend a ton of money on every single position, but listen, no cap in baseball right now. That guy was serviceable. He didn't get a ton of money. He could have been your center fielder while Hazley maybe develops. Because, listen, Kutch, I love him. Great guy, great player, great person. He's not there, man. He's just not there. Andrew checking in again. Girardi isn't going to stay here either. He's packing his bags right now. I love it. Listen, Joe Girardi's thinking to himself, damn, what were the other jobs available? Did I really want to come to Philly? But listen, this is Joe. This is going to be Joe's build, man. This is. I really do. I fully believe that. I just didn't think that this was going to be the year because this is the year was very important. It was very important. Andrew touched on it earlier. It was very important because you have to show JT you mean business. You want to keep JT here. So this was important. And right now to get swept by the friggin' Orioles, my God. It just 11-4. Jesus God. I mean, Arrieta didn't pitch bad, but for the love of God, if Girardi can't, right? Oh, it's a good point, Chris. If Girardi can handle New York, he can handle absolutely. He's not going anywhere, right? He's being a good soldier right now. That's what he's doing. He's being a good soldier. But the Joe is going to come out. The Joe is going to come out. Joe's going to call out players. Okay, he is. He'll call out players. This isn't Charlie Manuel, right? He's going to call out players, but I think he's just laying the groundwork right now. Sean says he loves Dickerson. Absolutely, thought he should still been here. Also, Quinn is useless. Hazley is a bust. Hazley's just like an okay, he's a bench player. Adam Hazley's a bench player, and Roman Quinn could be so good if he just had like robotic fake hamstrings. If he could find a way to strengthen his hamstrings, it'd be great. Andrew said, I can't take no more Davis out of the pen. I can't take anybody out of the pen. Nobody. Andrew, all the bullpen pitchers suck. I love when people are talking to everybody on here. The whole bullpen, all throws 87. Listen, I'm about to go old school right now, right? Let's go back to like 93 and let me bring back old man David West out of the bullpen. Maybe David West can get some Don Paul, right? Give me somebody. Bobby Thigpen out of retirement. Bring out old ass Jose Mesa. Somebody get somebody out for me, man. For the love of God. Sean Texan, Joe's post-game prep last night was better than anything we got from Gay. Honestly, yeah. And you know what, Sean? Just like, Chris said earlier, and I know Andrew alluded to it too, Larry, everybody joining in. You're right. I mean, that's what you want. Listen, we're Philadelphia. This is what we want. We want you to be honest, right? We don't want the Brett Brown talk. Not Joe West, Joe. Oh, Cal. Oh my God. Remember David West? He looked like Big Bird, man. Yeah, he was a big dude, number 40, right? Oh man, he came from that San Diego trade. I think he came over with John Kruk when we got him. So that was a pretty interesting. Can we bring back the reliever that had the machete years ago? Who was that, Andrew? I vaguely remember that story. Who had the machete? I need to grow up. But listen, man, I'm going to tell you something right now. If this team did have a bullpen, we're talking about a different scenario here. But here's what's frustrating. What's frustrating is it's like the same thing that's going on with the Sixers. Is I just feel like no matter what, everybody's always better. No matter what we do, everybody's always better. It kills me. It absolutely killed Urbina. Oh my God, that's right. That's Jose Urbina. I remember he was with he was the pitcher with the Marlins too, I think, right? I think Urbina came from the Marlins as well. From the Marlins organization. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that is anyway. But I feel like we're never good enough. I feel like with the Sixers and now with the Phillies. I mean, look at what Billy Beane does out there in Oakland, year in and year out, right? Year in and year out, what Billy Beane does. They just get rid of guys, and they still win, right? They still win. The Minnesota Twins. Minnesota, okay, yeah. So they signed Josh Donaldson, right? I get it. But a lot of that is homegrown talent. Miguel Sanu, it's homegrown talent. Right, when they had guys like Joe Mauer, homegrown talent. I mean, you got the. Oh man, you're pulling it out, Andrew. Did you Google that? You had to Google that because I would have never remembered that name. Right, this team would be a winner with two decent. Yeah, you're right. Think about that, Sean. 2 decent bullpen arms. That's it. And again, let me ask you guys this, and you guys already know the answer, so I'm just going to say it. Where does your bullpen arms usually come from? Right? Where do they usually come from? The farm system. You don't pay for bullpen arms. If you develop guys in your farm system, you call them up at the right time. They're very salary attainable, okay, because they're under the cap, right? They're maxed out at rookie deals and rookie scales, and they pitch, and they come in, and they get people out, and they're throwing fire, 96, 97, 98. That's how we were able to do things when we had a farm system. We don't have that anymore. It's a shame. I mean, yeah, I get it. Brad Lidge, absolutely. Okay, we traded for Brad Lidge, reclamation project, right? You know, how many lives did Vivetta? Listen, you know, I was one of the guys, a big proponent of putting Vinny V in the closer role, right? I kept saying he's a guy that needs, because listen, he throws 75 pitches in 3 innings. He's got great stuff. He'll strike 10 guys out, but he can't last 3 innings. So put him in a bullpen. Bring back JC Romero. Listen, JC Romero could be good right now because I don't think they're testing for PEDs because it's only a 60-game season. They're in the bubble. So JC would be good. You know, think about if we had that 08 bullpen right now. Because if you think about it, you know, our guys can rake at the plate, right? Just like 08. And nothing will ever be like 08, right? Nothing will be ever be like Jimmy and Chase and Ryan, and, you know, and Jason Worth and Victorino. I mean, the list goes on, and Chooch. But if we had guys like Romero and Chad Durbin and Scott Air and Ryan Madsen and Brad Lidge, I'll tell you what, man. Man, Scott Air was a tree. He came over to Chicago. Man, that would be fantastic. I'll take some old ass Ryan Mad Dog change ups all day. Man, yo, John, that change up was nasty. Man, I'll tell you what. Hey, wait. And then when he threw that 12-5 curveball, that breaking ball after a 98-mile-an-hour cutter, he was nasty, man. He was unbelievable. He can highlight his fastball when he has no other pitches. Oh, Vinny, I know you're talking about Vinny V. Oh, Vinny V's only good for left field at 14. Listen, Neil Walker pitched tonight. I mean, how embarrassing is that? Right? And when they asked Joe at the press conference about it, you know, I'm sure he wanted to say something, but he was the good soldier again. And he was like, 11-4, didn't want to waste his guy. I mean, you know, what do you get for getting swept by the Orioles? You get to go up against Jacob deGrom tomorrow night. My Lord. We need a little league. Mercy rule, Andrew. Exactly. Do we got to, the Phillies actually need a mercy rule. How bad is that? Bad people. I'm concerned. I am. I'm so. This was great. Listen, I've been on here 30 minutes. It's been great. I've been allowed to vent. Right. I'm venting. I'm frustrated as hell. I really am. It's just I don't know what else to do. I'm going to go and I'm going to watch. You know, I'm going to watch Damian Lillard hopefully win that eighth spot because I can't wait to see Dame versus LeBron. But I was hoping to see a nice Phillies game before that, right? I was hoping. It's like, geez. Oh, my buddy Jim checking in. Jim, what's up, buddy? My wife could put together a better team and actually draft decent players. Jim is the best. Listen, I'll tell you what. Whenever I post something, it's been a while, man. I got to get back to my PI days. Whenever I post, Jim always comes in with something, man. He cracks me up. Good dude, man. Thanks, Jim. Thanks for the follow. Andrew, we got Flyers hockey at 3 p.m. It's all good. You're right. Flyers hockey at 3 p.m., man. Carter Hart. Thank you, Carter Hart. Thank you. Finally, the Philadelphia Flyers have a goalie. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. The best thing about Philly all year has been an air. Yeah, what is that? What are they calling themselves? Remember we used to have the Wolf Pack and Padilla's Flotillas or something, and what are they calling? What are these guys calling themselves? The Pandemic something, or I forget, Pandemic Fandom, or I don't know what it is. But hey, I gotta give it to them, man. They're trying. They're doing the best they can. We got to ask you, a real coach. Oh, listen, a real coach. You're not lying, man. You're not lying. We finally have a real coach and the Spanish bullpen, and I absolutely hope that this is what happened to the Flyers. We'll switch this a little bit real fast. See if you guys, see if you have any Sixers points here, because obviously, playoffs are coming up, and the Sixers definitely don't look that good. But I hope the same thing happens with the Sixers that happened to the Flyers. Get rid of Brett Brown, bring in another coach here. You have the same players. You add another piece, like the Flyers added Kevin Hayes. Obviously Carter Hart was in the minor league system. They bring him up, and he is 21 years old. I mean, you can't say enough about this kid. I mean, just the moxie about him, and the veteran presence he brings as a rookie. It's ridiculous. his first playoff win the other day, and he's making say he is so electric, man. He really is, and it's disheartening when you look at the Sixers because here's another team of the what should be, and they're just not. They're just not. I mean, the Sixers have so many issues. They really do. From the point guard position, there's nobody to shoot the ball. They overpay for Tobias Harris. I thought was going to be a decent player. I thought he would have been the shooter that they need. Unfortunately, he's not. Now, see, Andrew, this is where I disagree with you, buddy. I do, and this is what good, right? It's all about. This is what sports talk's all about. We always agree to disagree, so to speak, not to bite off the show. But I don't think Ben Simmons needs to shoot. I don't. I said this before. I say it again. Ben just needs to finish at the rim. Ben needs to be more concerned about getting the ball in the hoop than dishing it off 10 to 15 times a game. If he would just finish at the hoop and either, whether it be a finger roll, whether it be a reverse layup, whether it be a dunk, he can get to the hole quicker and as fast as anybody in the league. And if he would just finish, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. As far as Embiid, yes, I'm with you. The guy's always hurt. I can't trust him, man. I can't put my faith in Joel Embiid. I don't see it. I don't see it. He's a funny guy. He could be an absolute monster if he just wanted to sit down low and post up and be in the paint because he would control the game at all facets of every quarter of every minute. There's nobody that would be able to stop him. He'd be like a modern day Shaquille O'Neal if he wanted to be, but he just doesn't want to stay down there. And, I don't know, is that coaching? Is it the player? Is it a little of both? I don't know what it is, but if you told me that Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid could not exist, if you're adamant that they could not play together and not be on this team, and you have to trade one, it's got to be Joel. Ben's got to be the guy you keep. You just got to keep Ben. I think he is a generational talent. He will listen. I said this before, and please tell me if you disagree. It's okay because that's what it's all about. But Ben Simmons is the hardest playing athlete on the 76ers we've had since Allen Iverson. He really is. AI gave us all in every single play, on the court. Okay, we're not talking about off the court, whole hands. Talking about on the court, but I'm not trying to dig at him, but it is what it is. But Ben Simmons lays it all out on the line, man. He does, and that's one thing I will give him. He works his ass off. He does. He puts a lot into it. You've seen it already when we talked about the free throws, right? It started to come up. The percentage started to come up. You see him on the court. He's diving. Just because Ben's quiet doesn't mean he's not a leader. Just remember that. Brett Brown lets him stand at three. You're right. But here's the thing, Andrew, and only thing Brett does well is lose. The one thing I will say about Brett is I can't 100% say it's all Brett, right? Because sometimes, listen, we're talking about NBA basketball where the players make quadruple the amount as the coaches. So the problem is right there that you're talking about, a guy who's making a shitload of money, right? Telling me what I'm supposed to do. And sometimes, you can't get through to some of these athletes. So you have to have a different approach. And maybe Brett just doesn't have that approach. I just think see what I'm saying? For everybody watching right now, Jim is like the highlight of my show. His comments are tremendous. I'll get you laugh for days. Just think we tanked for 2 gimps. Oh, Jim, listen. Ben's not a gimp, man. I promise you that. Joel, different story. Joel's killing me, man. Joel's killing me. Absolutely. Let's finish this up real fast. Let's go 4 for 4 right now. We touched on some Flyer hockey. We got annoyed with the Sixers. We got annoyed with the Phillies. Let's parlay this into the Eagles to end this show. Okay, real fast. I didn't plan on doing this, but so many people checking in and comment. It's great. We're having a good conversation. It's organic, having a little fun. Real fast for everybody hits the sack and gets ready to get off for work tomorrow. Hopefully everybody's doing well and healthy. I really appreciate everybody checking in. Follow the ticker, man. Follow the ticker for me. Look at those Twitter addresses. Give us a follow. Every single one of them. Help us out. We're building something cool, man. We really are on a gambler. It's a different concept. We're building something cool on the heat ratio. Got some new people coming in, so some fantastic stuff down the pike. Andrew Jackson and what's his lane more than a racehorse? It depends on which racehorse we're talking about, Andrew. You know what I mean? Are we talking about like Smarty Jones, or who are we talking about? That because he could be a thoroughbred. So we got to be careful. We don't want to label him, or he could be the horse that lost all the money in The Sopranos, right? You never know. I forget what the name was, but maybe you can Google that for me. But listen, real fast, let's look at the Philadelphia Eagles, right? I gotta ask this. I want to ask you guys who's listening right now, who else is as concerned as me for the Philadelphia Eagles? And I was going to do something. I was going to do a complete different show tomorrow on the Zach Ertz thing. So I'm not going to get into that tonight because I do want to touch on Zach Ertz. That'll be a show we'll do tomorrow. But for tonight, just in general, I'm very concerned about the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm very concerned about the defense. I'm very concerned about the offense. I'm very excited about Miles Sanders. I'm very excited about Carson Wentz. I'm not excited about the receivers. Listen, no faith in Wentz for me. I have a lot of faith in Carson Wentz. I do. Andrew, I really do. I think Carson is a franchise quarterback. Carson is a top 5 quarterback in this league. If he's healthy, I really do. If he's healthy, he's a top 5 quarterback in this league, in my opinion. He's pushing that number 5 spot for me. But I just feel bad because I feel like they don't give him what he needs to be successful. I think Miles Sanders, man, I'm going to say it again here at Miles Sanders. This is his year. He is a phenomenal talent. His workout videos are tremendous. This guy, yeah, listen, he is lifting himself to another level. Okay. Everybody seems to forget something about Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders doesn't have all the miles on his tires, right? He backed up Saquon Barkley for 2 years. He only has 2 college years on his legs. So technically, when you think about it, this would be, right, his 4th or rookie year in the NFL, depending on when he would chose to leave school. So this guy, there's a reason. Listen, Deuce Staley absolutely loves Miles Sanders, and Deuce Staley runs these running backs. There's a reason why we didn't sign anybody, man. I'm telling you, or draft anybody. They know what they have in Miles. They're confident in giving him a workload. He is going to be just as productive as Brian Westbrook and LaShawn McCoy were in their 2nd and 3rd year. He really is. This is what you have right now. This guy is that special, and he even could be more special. He really could. Had nearly what's up, Sean? Checking in, buddy. Had nearly the same stats as well. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Carson, Sean checking in. Carson, 100% franchise guy. Can he not be a franchise? I mean, how is he not a franchise guy? Don McClement hasn't made the Super Bowl. Hasn't made a play since Super Bowl win. Listen. Doug is the problem by Sean. Sorry, I'm reading his comments. They're free coming in. I listen. Doug won a trophy, right? Doug won a trophy. Do I feel it was fully Doug? No, I don't. Just like, do I feel, Phil, it was all Andy? Absolutely not. Right? Andy showed he couldn't win the big dance here as well. But my thing is, when you look at this team, the way they're building this team, I'm very concerned about the defense. Very, very concerned about the defense. And hey, Sean, I'm sorry. Now it's bugging me when you said you're saying stats. So I can think, I'm like, who the hell is talking about Westbrook and McCoy? No, he's talking about Saquon and Saquon and Miles at Penn State. I'm sorry, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now you're right. Almost the same. Think about that, right? Think about that. And that's the scary part. And I'm telling you, before I get into the defense, if anybody has Instagram, which I'm sure most of you do, go follow, or Twitter. Number one, you should be following that ticker on the bottom for me. Do that. I appreciate it. But no, go follow Miles Sanders and watch some of those workout videos that he's been posting during the quarantine. This guy is driven, man. He is driven, and he's going to be very well. Defense, right there. Right. Benny carry. Stop it. They went out cheap. Absolutely, they went out cheap. Listen, Again, am I missing something here? Did all of a sudden Derek Barnett become the world's best pass rusher in the NFL? Sharif Miller we drafted, he can't even get on the field, right? We kept hearing Gerard Avery, right? Gerard Avery, we really liked him in the draft. He didn't do nothing, right? He didn't do squat. Brandon Graham's getting a year older, right? You're bringing Vinny Curry off the trash heap. You think he's going to work? Josh Sweat's got 2 bad knees. Where is the pass rush coming from? Right? Why are we going cheap in a year? Listen, this is a year where anything can happen, right? We don't know. This could be a year where you may get lucky where teams get hit with some kind of an outbreak. Teams get hit with, I hate to say that, but it may happen. There is no bubble in the NFL. People may get sick. They may miss a couple weeks, right? And that's huge when we're talking about the NFL. Take the opportunity. Listen, there's a guy by the name. I know you don't want to hear it, right? I know you don't want to hear it. Tell me who's sitting out there right now. Why is he still a free agent? I don't even want to say his name. Why is he still there? Why? Jadeveon Clowney. Why? Listen, I'm telling you right now, he needs to be a Philadelphia Eagle. Think what you want. Say what you want. Give me the argument all day long about the stats. Give me the argument all day long. I don't really care, right? I don't care about, he only had 7 sacks. Who cares? He commands a presence. This is what people fail to realize again. People keep looking at stats, man. It kills me. They keep looking at, stop with the stats. Look at the game. Watch the game film. Watch what happens. What happens when you sign Jadeveon Clowney? Most teams either keep a tight end to chip Jadeveon Clowney or they double team Jadeveon Clowney. So what does that do? That leaves them a choice. Do you double Fletcher Cox? Or do you double Jadeveon Clowney? And then let's think about it. Then you have a healthy Malik Jackson or Javon Hargrave right there, or Hargrove in the middle. What are you going to do? That's why you get him. And listen, Joe, all respect, I get it. I know he's a free agent for a reason. He's a free agent for a reason, right? Listen, here's the thing. Let me ask you something, Joe. Seriously. He's a clown, okay? So was Terrell Owens a clown? Now, I always say that, and I'm being honest. Terrell Owens was a clown. Don't tell me you loved Terrell Owens before he came here. Right now, if you tell me that you couldn't stand T.O. when he was a San Francisco 49er, right? But then when he came here, you still couldn't stand him, I'm good. But if you're calling Jadeveon kind of a clown, okay, that's fine. But if he could help you, and he could help you win another trophy, then I'm sorry. The guy, listen, Andrew, you're right. He's a clown that makes plays. He's a clown that commands attention. It's, even if he only had 5 sacks, think about the other 5 sacks he probably gave to Fletcher Cox or a guy like Derek Barnett who can't get off the line by himself, or a guy like Brandon Graham who may need a little extra push right now because he's a year older. Think about what he's doing and what he's covering up for an invisible linebacker situation, which we have 0. We have no linebackers. We lost. Listen, here's the other thing that bothers me. 43 minutes. Holy Christ. I can't believe I went 43 minutes. This is great. That means everybody's joining in, which is beautiful. But again, think about it. We lost 2 of our most important players on the defense. The quarterbacks of our defense, Nigel Bradham and Malcolm Jenkins. Now we have no middle linebacker, right? We don't. What's it? Are you going to give me TJ Edwards? Is that what you're going to give me? He's going to be calling the defense? Is Rodney McLeod? And Riley McLeod definitely going to be able to take over all the calls on defense? I don't know, man. I'm concerned. Sean, you're right. Clowney price tag too high, and they don't want to admit. You make a great point, because when you draft a guy in the first round, especially the Philadelphia Eagles, they're going to do everything they can to make sure he sticks. And Clowney's price tag is high, but I should say it was high. But here's the thing. He, if you're talking about a 1-year deal, and which I think you could do, right? Everything's going to change next year anyway, right? Because of COVID. Everything's going to change. The revenue share is going to change. The cap is going to drop. Everybody's going to be scrambling. So you're going to be in the same boat as everybody else. So why not go to Clowney if he's going to take a 1-year deal. Now, if he doesn't take a 1-year deal and he wants to lock up for like 5 years of ridiculous money, I get it. But I think because he's out there for so long and he wants to play, he could take a 1-year deal. And if you can get a 1-year deal for like 10, 12 million bucks, I'm telling you, man, Sean, I'm telling you, I'm taking it. I'm taking it because I'm not comfortable going in with this offense. I mean, with this defense. And Andrew, our linebackers are choke. Absolutely. More double move Mills, more worried about the color in his hair, the Green Goblin, right? And listen, Jim Schwartz, a positionless secondary. Who the hell has ever heard of a positionless secondary? I mean, you have a bunch of guys. That's what you have. And I'm not, this is Sidney Jones. Is everybody just automatically going to annoy Sidney Jones because he made 2 plays last year? All of a sudden, he's worth the first round value? Or, I mean, the second round value that you took him, but he should have been a first round value instead he was hurt? Are we all in on Avonte Maddox? Are we good? Are we 100% on Avonte Maddox? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you get Will Parks from Denver, who's decent. Okay, you get who is that? Roby Smith from from the Rams, the nickelback, who all of a sudden says he's the next coming of who knows who, right? I mean, I don't know. These are just guys to me. That's the problem. These are just guys. Schwartz came from the Lions. Listen, man, I stop it. Exactly. I hope you're telling stop it to, the next coming of comment, not me, because now I'm just kidding, Angel. It's all good. Schwartz came from the Lions. You're right. And think about that. Think about that. When were the Lions good? We just got in this conversation with with the Orioles and the Phillies, and now we're talking about the Lions and the Eagles, right? I like Jim Schwartz's mindset, but the problem is I think he doesn't utilize his talent the way he should, or I should say lack of. Joe checks and I have more faith. That I'll give you, because Joe, you're right, because I think Avonte showed that he could play until he got that neck injury, and he kind of never came back from that. His confidence was kind of down. I think he hit a little wall a little bit, but I'm with you. I think Avonte Maddox could be a player. Instead of Sidney Jones. I'm not in on Sidney Jones. I think Sidney Jones has no desire to be a full-time football player. I don't. And I know people are going to get mad at that, and they're going to say, oh, how do you know? I'm just judging, man, because listen, here's my thing. If you knew you were supposed to be a first-round talent and you got chipped down to the second round because you had a bad injury, you should have a chip on your shoulder, right? You probably had a chip on your shoulder to come in and prove that I belong, that I can play. I don't see any of that out of Sidney Jones. Nothing. I don't see any of that. I see nothing. Listen, bring Asante Samuel back out of retirement. There's a cornerback, right? And not to mention, how about all those people that said they wouldn't have given up a first-round pick for the guy who played in Miami that went to Pittsburgh, and Minkah Fitzpatrick. And what did Minkah Fitzpatrick do last year? What did he do for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Exactly what he could have done for your Philadelphia Eagles. He was Malcolm Jenkins' replacement right there for the taking. Okay? For the taking. I'm good with that. So does that mean this year we didn't have a first-round pick? That's fine. And we didn't select Jalen Reagor. So let me ask you this. Would you rather have Jalen Reagor right now, or would you rather have the alternative? What would you rather have? Minkah Fitzpatrick or Jalen Reagor? So that's basically what you're talking about, right? That's basically what you're talking about. You're talking about the difference of those two players, because that's essentially what you would have been giving up. You would have been giving up your first-round pick this year, which would not have given you the opportunity to draft Jalen Reagor, who should have been Justin Jefferson. But anyway, that's an argument for another day, right? Bama doesn't take people that can't play. True. That's a true statement, Andrew. I'm not going to lie. That's a true statement. Avonte can ball, man. Avonte can ball. I mean, that's the one thing. I just think, I don't like the positionless secondary, because I don't think that gives these guys an opportunity to learn what their position really is. And that's what you need, because so what happens if these guys are just roaming around and next year a new defensive coordinator comes in? Now they have to learn a whole new position because they were never comfortable in the system that they were already in. So that's what bothers me. I think that's why I'm a little concerned right now, because I think, listen, Carson Wentz made things happen with a minor league football team last year in the final 8 games. So I'm all in on Wentz, and I know Wentz can do what he needs to do. But when we talk about the defense is going to need to win you some games. And I'm going to end by saying this: let's not forget. Okay, let's not forget the NFC East landscape has changed. It has changed. The coaches in this division are rough, man. We're not talking about Jason Garrett anymore, right? We're not talking about Jay Gruden. We're talking about Ron Rivera. We're talking about Mike McCarthy, and we're talking about Joe Judge. Joe Judge, who, not to mention, has the New England Patriot pedigree. Okay, and has come from the special team ranks, just like a guy in Philadelphia named John Harbaugh, who came from the special team ranks and won a Super Bowl. So all I'm saying is Doug better be on his A game, because he's got a lot more guys to coach over than he has in the past, and a lot of guys that have a lot of football experience and a lot of playoff wins as well. So he better be careful. He better be on his A game, and he better get ready to play. Listen, everybody, I'm going to roll, man. 50 minutes. This has been awesome. Absolutely awesome. I know I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it again. I do have to do this more often. But as you see, I got a nice little set. I was redoing the studio. Okay, studio is done, as you see behind me. I was getting some new logos made for the Heat Ratio. I got a couple sponsors, got the people on board, getting used to StreamYard. It's all new for me. Sean checks in. McCarthy can win 1 or 2 more games. Exactly. And Sean, that's deadly, right? You're talking about, I'll give him 2 wins. That's deadly for me. And Ron Rivera don't play around. Listen, it might take him a year to get things together in Washington, but after he gets things together, Ron Rivera knows how to win. Okay, that's not going to be a joke anymore. This division is going to turn around. It's going to turn around fast. It can turn around before anybody sneezes, so they better be careful. For everybody tuning in, thank you guys so much. It's been a great show. Please, if you don't mind, that ticker on the bottom, follow it at Ticatolo23 on Twitter. Follow me at PhillyInfluencer.com, at Fox Sports The Gambler, right? It's actually, I mess it up. It's only 1 B, not 2 B's. And at Heat Ratio Sports. That is my podcast. We do a fantasy Firebox podcast as well. I've had some awesome people on. Listen, interviewed Marcus Hayes 2 weeks ago on the Heat Ratio. Go check it out. Ratings, reviews, whatever you guys can do, man. Wait, hold on. Let's talk cornhole. Is this a big Mikey Smalls fan club, man? Is this a big Mikey Smalls? Because big Mikey Smalls playing some cornhole. That's one of our co-hosts here at Heat Ratio Sports. He's a cornhole guy. So I wonder if Mr. Soto, if that's a comment for him. Andrew said, "Yo, brother, keep the faith." I'm trying, Andrew. I really am, man. I really am. But again, check me out. As much as you can, give me a follow. I really appreciate it. We'll keep this going. Hit me up on Twitter. Listen, you guys have been fantastic. I want to do this more often. I get so involved. Sometimes I forget things, and because I'm doing fantasy shows, I do another sports show in Colorado remotely every day. Trying to do a lot of things, man. I'm trying to make a living. You guys are helping me out, which is great. So if you want to talk a topic like post game, pre game, say, yo, you know what? Let's talk. Hey Tony, love this. Let's talk Sixers playoffs start Tuesday. What's up, Kim? Thanks for checking in. Really appreciate it. Kim, we talked about that, man. We talked about the playoffs. I'm not excited. I'm really not excited, man. I'm not looking forward to it. I think we should be in a much better place right now. There's a lot of teams in the East that are a lot better than us. And whether it be Boston, whether it be Milwaukee, whether it be Miami, even Indiana can sneak in there. They just, they got to be better. They're much better than us right now. We have no bench, no faith in the coach, too many injuries. Just not our year, Kim. Just not our year. The bubble is not our year. But yeah, everybody stay safe and healthy for real. I'm glad to see everybody checking in. Again, I really appreciate it. It's been great. We're going to do this. I'm going to try to do this as much as possible. And again, if there's a topic you want to hit on, let me know. Talk about playoffs. Talk about baseball. Talk about football. Talk about hockey. Hey, Soto, you want to talk cornhole? Talk cornhole bowling. You know what I mean? Bowling. We talk about whatever you want. We can talk about life. I got another podcast coming up. For entrepreneurs, business people, podcast hosts, radio show hosts, doing big things here, man. Just appreciate the support for everybody, young, old, everybody in between. Previous followers, new followers, everybody joining in. It's a good time. I'm going to end with this. We are going through something that nobody has ever thought is imaginable, right? We've never imagined that this would absolutely happen, and we've all stick together. We've all stuck together. We've helped each other out. I'll be honest with you. I went through some stuff. Through depression kind of things, through this kind of thing for a couple months, got out of it, talked to a few people. Listen, people on Twitter, people on Facebook that I've never talked to, that we became close and we became, friends and built friendships based on what we were dealing with. So social media is a great place. It's a great tool if you use it the right way. So all you people that follow, thank you so much for using it the right way. Kim checks it. I know we have to have faith, but agree, you're right. You have to have faith. Philly proud and Masters with no fans. Oh, man. Listen, I'm a big golf guy, Andrew. I am. Listen, I could deal with it. I could deal with it. I think one sport you can get away with no fans, I think, is golf, because there's so many. They're always in the ear. You're right. People helping people. You're absolutely right. The one thing I will, before I go, Andrew, I will say what I will miss about the Masters and miss about the fans is when, Tiger Woods is strolling up to 18, right? Or Rory McIlroy is strolling up to 18, or Brooks Koepka, or Jason Day, or Jordan Spieth, or Malakawa, whoever's going to be the new guy, or Chamberlain, whoever's going to be that guy this year, we're not going to be able to hear it, which is going to absolutely suck. Right, that's the only thing. We're not going to be able to hear that roar, which is something that is synonymous with especially the Masters with the green jacket. So that's one thing I am going to miss. But yeah, people helping people. And again, if anybody ever needs anything like that, don't think twice. Reach out. Let's have a conversation. Listen, man, we're all here together. We're all bumping. We're all grinding. Jim Nantz is must-see TV. We're going to end on that, Andrew. Jim Nantz is definitely must-see TV. And you guys have been great. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And I'll catch you next time.